Monday is St. Patrick's Day, and Americans across the country are going to flock to events and bars to celebrate.
Ah, you bastard man! My name's Seamus O'Finnegan Ryan McPhee. You must learn the true meaning of St. Patrick's Day.
It's a moonshine. What the
On Wednesday, though, of last week, a decades-long tradition continued. Ireland's Taoiseach, basically the prime minister of the country, came over to Washington for a day of events that traditionally celebrates the two countries. It started with a breakfast at the vice president's house. It continued with a meeting at the White House and the president, lunch at the Capitol with congressional leaders, a reception at the White House later that afternoon at the White House. It was more than just a meeting, though. This is a great chance for our two countries to come together. Ireland and the U.S., though, have a significant and mutually beneficial economic relationship. It's valued at more than $1 trillion. Ireland is now, by the way, the sixth largest source of foreign direct investment in the U.S. It's pretty big, not bad. But here's the reason I bring this all up. Some of Ireland's leaders announced that they skipped and wanted to skip this annual St. Patrick's Day tradition at the White House out of protest for Donald Trump's comments about moving the Palestinians out of Gaza. Unbelievable. Now, thankfully, the Taoiseach, Michael Martin, did not agree with any of these folks and attended, as scheduled, the meeting with President Trump. And it looked like they actually had an enjoyable and productive meeting. Good for him. He is a leader, a real diplomat. But Michelle O'Neill, the first minister, did not attend. She wrote on Twitter this: "As first minister, I've decided not to attend the White House events this year. The U.S. president's comments on forced expulsion of the Palestinian people of Gaza cannot be ignored. I will continue to engage with senior figures in the U.S. for peace and economic growth. In the future, when our children and grandchildren ask us what we did while the Palestinian people endured unimaginable suffering, I will say I stood firmly on the side of humanity." I mean, she went on to talk about the fact that as first minister, she made a decision not to attend because they've all witnessed this heartbreak and devastation of the Palestinians. The Israelis were attacked without provocation. I'm not sure if she was, by the way, ever invited to the White House in the first place, but I'm sure she never will be again. The president was asked, by the way, about these leaders not attending. And he said, I don't know. I wasn't aware of it. I'm sure he wasn't, because why would you be? But Sinn Féin, the leader there, Mary Lou McDonald, and also said that she wouldn't attend. And it was unbelievable because while Ireland doesn't have any hostages, the U.S. actually does. They've done nothing in Ireland, with all due respect, to further the talks to get the hostages out and bring peace. The U.S. has. Really not sure it's their place to lecture us about how this is going down. Specifically, the Sinn Féin leader pointed to the press conference between Trump and Netanyahu, saying that she didn't like the suggestion that Trump would take over the Gaza Strip in order to rebuild that war-torn area. It was unbelievable. It's just, I can't believe that these folks want to come over and lecture us. Here's the bottom line, though, for me. Ireland punches above its weight. There's no other country on earth, not the UK, not China, not Germany, no one who gets the red carpet rolled out the way Ireland does for a day. I mean, I mentioned it's the whole of government treatment. They get events and receptions, the vice president's house, the White House, the Capitol. Everybody stops for one day to celebrate our shared culture between these two amazing countries. I'm a very proud Irish American, and I look forward every year to the visit of the Taoiseach and the leaders of Ireland coming over. But let's be real, folks. You're in no place to lecture us on our foreign policy. Don't blow this decades-long tradition in an attempt to make a political statement. We should be raising a glass and celebrating. I mean, right now, I actually feel bad for you. Rosie O'Donnell has finally decided to flee America for Ireland and decamp there. She says she's not coming back until she feels safe. So Ireland, there you go. You can take Rosie O'Donnell. We'll settle the peace in Gaza. Let's raise a glass, celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Sláinte.
Well, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more.